There's no way there's that many people that invested so much to the point to where you send threats to someone you don't even know.
Recently, streamer prom happened where a lot of people went out and got dates and had some fun at a ball that Funny Mike was throwing. But one problem was definitely caused there, that being Jasontheween with his date, where apparently there was an issue that happened that caused everybody to freak out over the situation. And it really caught my eye, and I found it pretty interesting just because this was all meant to be for content and really shouldn't be taken that seriously. But it got to the point where people were out here sending threats to not only Jasontheween but also the person he had ended up going to that prom with. So I just wanted to break the situation down, but in order to do that, you know, we have to start from the very beginning with who even is Jasontheween in a streamer prom, in case you're unaware.
Wait, you low-key ate with that? What the? Oh my god!
Jasontheween, for anybody who doesn't already know, is a very popular IRL streamer who is a part of the group called FaZe Clan, where he makes a plethora of content, his main content being girl content, which is just flirting with the girls that he brings on stream. And in this particular instance, there was a streamer ball going on hosted by Funny Mike, where you could bring anybody you wanted. And he had actually asked out a bunch of people and none of them said yes, but this girl right here, whose name is Sakura, actually ended up going with him to this prom. Unfortunately for them, they did not end up having a good time, purely because of one joke that Sakura made while Jasontheween was away from the camera.
Guys, the J's for John.
Yeah, I figured I did. She said J's for John? What? She said J's for John?
I never said that.
You didn't say that?
No, I never said that.
You said that. Did she say that? She said that?
What?
Look at me in the eye. Did she say that? She said J's for John? Don't lie to me, bro. I'll break this whole camera.
What?
I didn't even pick it up.
What?
You said that?
No, I never said that.
Oh, so now you lying to him.
What? I never said that.
You said that.
No, I never said that.
You said that?
Sakura, the person Jason was with, did end up saying J was for John, as she had J tatted on her nail, initially meant for Jason when they went out together while they were streaming. And obviously Jason, when he came back, was gonna hear about this, looking at his chat with them spamming it, telling him about what she said. When confronted about it, she lied about the situation and just wrote it off as a joke, which everybody else thought it was. I mean, this whole relationship, if you can even call it that, was just meant for content and meant for this moment while he was streaming. That's what I at least feel most people would think when they see stuff like this. Unfortunately, this specific situation had a lot more people being parasocial than normal. And if you don't know what parasocial means, it's just a one-sided emotional connection that you make with somebody you actually don't know, like a public figure, a streamer, a celebrity, anybody in a higher status where they are showing off their lives, so you feel like you get a sense of who they are, when in reality you actually don't. So people were going out crazy, really upset about what she did, thinking that Jason would actually be affected. But I feel like what fueled the fire on this one more than anything is the fact that his friends in FaZe Clan were actually helping on that, as it was actively going down. Case on, somebody else was streaming, watching everything that was going on Jason's stream and reacting out of control. Content. At the end of the day, this is content. Not only what K-Son is doing, but what Jasontheween is doing with Sakura. It's not real. And people are putting their actual feelings into this, feeling like they have been betrayed, as if Jason is truly hurt, and that if these things are going on are going to affect anybody and everything. Because a bunch of clips were flying all over the timeline on Twitter, TikTok, all of that, getting thousands and thousands of views, comments, shares, everything, just because of how hard people were playing into this. And I can't just sit here and be like, oh, K-Son's hyping it up. So the Parasocials are looking at him and be like, oh my gosh, this is all real, because K-Son is close to Jason. If he's reacting this way, then this all has to be for real. But it's also Jasontheween himself. I mean, he was literally sad forming while doing all of these things. He was trying his best to make people feel like he was genuinely hurt by the situation.
I don't know, bro. It's like mixed feelings going through me right now. You know what I mean? Like it's green and then it's red as fuck. You know what I mean? Like my shot goes in and then it like completely fucking airballs horribly. You know what I mean? As in I get pat on my shoulder like 50 times, and then she says that the J on her initial is for my cameraman. And then I asked her if she's joking, and then she kept saying that she's not. But then but then like, what do I do, man?
And the reason stuff like this goes too far is because people get too deep in and invested in things like this when in all reality, it's just content. I mean, they even had Kyrie Irving getting explained the lore between Jasontheween and Sakura and how all of that stuff went down. So it seemed like a lot of people were pretend invested in the situation and really upset about what was going on. When in all reality, any normal person could look at this and just see that it is content. It's fake. It's really meant for people's entertainment. But when someone just doesn't see it like that and is genuinely upset about the situation, they go way too far, to the point of sending all types of threats to not only Jasontheween but also Sakura, to the point where Jason himself had to put out a tweet because people were acting so weird. When he posted in his Twitter account saying, "Sakura and I are fine. Please stop sending threats and harassment, especially towards her. Our streams are for entertainment, but things can be misinterpreted. Today didn't go as expected, but we're grateful for the support. Please be kind. We're all human. Thank you." And later that day, also having to go live and explain the entire situation because people were getting too deep in on everything that was going on between them.
Obviously, after yesterday, all the fucking DMs she was in, she showed me a bit of her DMs, and I was like, damn, bro, this shit is disgusting. There's no way there's that many people that I invested so much to the point to where you send death threats to someone you don't even know. And I was like, you don't need to be in that environment.
Some people might see a situation like this and feel it's full of contradictions because while yes, Parasocials were being very weird in the situation, Jasontheween was farming them. As I showed before, people in FaZe were on the same timing being fake parasocial for entertainment, along with Jason literally acting sad so he could farm people that might be too deep in. Obviously not to the extent that it went, but on purpose trying to farm them. But people still overstep boundaries even when you don't act like Jasontheween and make it a main form of content or even farming the parasocials. We have someone like Agent Zero who just casually will do content with girls, this recently being extra Emily, and people will go out of their way to be very weird towards the relationship when it's just a friendship.
Hello, Agent. Yo, I just talked to Emily, bro. Oh yeah, how'd that go? You go very good. You know what I mean? That's you. That's you.
What do you mean?
That's your body.
No.
Yeah, I'm very mad.
We're friends. Stop spreading this propaganda, bro. We're friends, man.
Everybody stop on the friends and shit, bro.
No, that's not how that shit go. That's not, no.
Yo, this nigga Agent, one thing about Agent, I'm gonna go ahead and motherfucking say it. He love them streamer bitches. Hey, I'm gonna motherfucking say it. Agent, you think you slick, my nigga?
Nah, I saw a clip of Emily trying to drive a car and then Agent being like, get out, and then she was like really trying to drive, and I'm not gonna lie, I was giggling and kicking my feet watching that shit. I can't stop, bro. It's just content. It's all just content, but it's cute as fuck. I need to stop. I'm literally becoming parasocial with my own friends. Oh, the Switch needs.
You see this, chat? You see what I'm dealing with, bro?
Agent is someone who I would say does not feed into the parasocial nature. Most of the time when he's doing content with any girl, and specifically Emily in this situation, it's normal, friendly content. They went jet skiing, they went out to eat. It's stuff that you could quite literally do with a friend. Yet people will do things like this and be very parasocial, and it's the exact same reaction. Even though Agent and Emily might not be feeding into it, people will still act the same around them. With other content creators they call friends, doing things like this, basically promoting it and having people believe the same things that you would with Jasontheween in his date. And it's still detrimental to them because it's going to cause them to not want to do content together. Specifically Agent, who has already spoken out on the fact that he does not like parasocials, and he doesn't even like doing content with girls sometimes because of how people act and how parasocial people can get when he does.
It's so, bro, I could make videos, bro, I could sit here and game with hella niggas, bro. Niggas will not say that. But if I even game with a woman, bro, immediately it's like, oh, use this, use that. Fuck out of here, bro. Some people might be sitting here and being like, how is this detrimental to streaming? Well, outside of the literal threats you saw the other people get, like Jason and Sakura, you will cause people to not want to stream together even though they make good content, actually want to hang out. Like with Agent. Agent used to get shipped a lot with another streamer named Senna, and all of a sudden they stopped doing content less and less purely because of that. Obviously, that's not the only reason, but that is one of them. And now, at this extra Emily situation, it seems like the exact same thing might happen. With this camera,
cameraman Marcus King going on stream and talking about how Agent might not stream with Extra Emily as much anymore, really because of how outrageous people are getting with shipping them together.
I feel like niggas are starting to really like them together, and this is usually when it hits its peak like this. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I have not talked to Asian about this. I have not spoke to Asian about this. I'm just saying, realistically, this is usually when he's like, all right, we gotta slow down, because he don't want his whole chat, his whole comment section to be all about somebody. You get what I'm saying? So I feel like niggas are gonna go so crazy that like that content deadass just might just stop for real.
That's crazy to the point people can be so parasocial it makes you want to stop doing content with somebody. Outside of the views, outside of the money, just having fun on stream with another person you have chemistry with, stopping that purely because people are being weird about your relationship, when in actuality you guys are just friends trying to make content together, it's kind of upsetting because the content is normally really good, especially when it's Agent. He goes above and beyond with the stuff that he does, and even when he's doing with Extra Emily, Senna, whoever he does do really good content. And it turns out that a lot of people truly do love it, and to have that all just end purely because some people want to be weird and it's calm actually sucks. But that's just a detrimental part of having parasocial fans, which I honestly don't think you can escape no matter what type of content you do. You saw with Jasontheween, who more leans into parasocial viewers doing content that they would probably like and they could dig their teeth into to be weird about, but Agent doesn't really do that. It's just straight collabs, and yet they're still there doing the same thing, being weird, probably sending threats. Even though he hasn't talked about it, I wouldn't be surprised if he got some if he ended up stopping doing content with Emily. It's genuinely just sad because I don't feel like there's any real way to escape this. I mean, and this shows up in other places outside of just streaming, but within streaming I feel like it's a lot worse because these are just everyday people who live stream consistently. If Agent does a whole 24-hour live stream or even a week live stream, people feel like they know him better and better. Outside of just like a celebrity doing a quick live show or something like that, these streamers stream their lives in quotes pretty often and even do whole month-long subathons, week-long subathons, so people feel like they can truly know them, when in actuality you don't, and you don't know what their genuine lives are like. So it's just sad that all of that content, all of that fun things that they could possibly be doing could all get ruined really because some fans want to be weird. But that's just how I feel about the situation. If you want to tell me how you feel, the best place to know would be the comment section down below. This video is unfortunately over, but if you did enjoy this video, maybe consider giving it a like. And if you enjoy content like this, then maybe consider subscribing, because I post like this every single week and never miss out on a single upload. If you hit that bell icon, because you'll be notified the millisecond a video goes live. That's enough for me. I'm gonna see you guys in the next one. Peace out.